Okay, so it's what, May 21st, say Sunday, and in the last couple of videos I was pointing out that I was working on stability for the door hinge, and I had everything all mocked up and whatnot. So I basically took the door skin off so that way I can figure out what the clearance was. And all this time I was like, well, maybe I only had to cut a little bit. That wasn't the case. So I literally had to shear off. This is kind of a reference. Well, not the reference, but the actual piece. So I had to cut this much off. See where that red line is? I thought I only had to cut that much off, but nope. So I literally had to cut, what, 2 inches or whatever off. So is what it is. Usually in a situation like that, in the past, if you mock something up and then you end up having to create that much margin to adjust, then something fucked up somewhere else. And so I literally will like wait a day or two and stuff to come back just to scrub it and make sure that I don't have to cut that and put that back on, because I've been through that obviously. So anyway, I just see no way around it. So at this point, my door does open up like smooth. Let's see if I can set. Oh shit, I can use my hand. I know I have to redo the clearance down here at the bottom, but anyway, door comes up, door goes down nice and smooth. And so I left the window in place so that way all I had to do is measure the margin around it, so that way I can know about clearance with the roof. I'm hoping that I can get something to attach at the top to give me a little bit more stability, because I can see if you don't, then I'm gonna have to put a ridiculous amount of metal in this door to keep it all nice and solid, and that's just more weight to the car, more engineering. I don't want to have to get into welding because that ain't what I do. I don't want to learn it. But if I can get into the hinge at the top, which I think I have enough meat up there, meat as in margin, once the door is open, after measuring it, it looks like I'll still be within reach right here to put a hinge or have some kind of attachment, just like how you see on an Enzo P1. Who else has an attachment? Damn near everybody has an attachment. The F1 has an attachment to the roof. McLaren's the only one that kind of came out with the forward-facing hinges, as I think about it, that doesn't have anything at the top connected. But anyway, it's not a bad thing. I just have to engineer it so that way it's hidden, because I don't want to see metal at the top. But shit changes. It does when you're doing a project like this. But I'm happy that my shit opens up fluidly without having metal to support the actual hinge inside the car. It also looks like I'm going to have my 1/4 inch clearance for the windshield. Even though this hinge is ridiculously close, that's like the only next upset that I might have going forward. So at this point, it's just a matter of putting my skin back on, glassing in that piece that I took off to my door, and then opening the door back up and seeing my clearance and whatever. But at this point, you know, it's stable, because at first my shit was just shaking around and moving, and it was creating me just to spend more and more time fucking with it. So at this point, once I put my skin on, open this door up, and if it works, then it's just a matter of taking measurements and doing a template and literally recreating it for the other side. And then now that I know it's even, I can start getting down on that interior that much faster. So this video is actually a really, really significant benchmark into getting some shit completed. And hopefully the next video should be skin on, door opening up the way it's supposed to be. And I'll be happy as hell, because then you'll see a post of this door holding. Let me adjust this shit. There we go. So you'll see a door supported, and me working on the interior. And So it's the next step after that is nah, I ain't messing with no shock. Messing with shocks right now is just too time consuming. It's not that serious. Although I would like to have my door opening and closing. Buying shocks just to get the shit to fit and supporting a certain weight or whatever is kind of a bitch for right now. So that ends this video.